Hello and welcome to this, my Q&A for December 2011. I believe it's my 6th Q&A now, so yeah, that's all good. Before I get into it though, I'd like to slow down a little bit and wish everybody out there a happy holidays, whether it be a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, or whatever's going on in your life during this festive period. I'd like to wish you a happy holidays. People who are working, we've all got less and less hours going on. People in education, you're free for the Christmas period, aren't you? So yeah, that's all good. We've all got stuff going on, and it's New Year coming up. So yeah, and it's a good time in everybody's life. It's time to relax. Don't feel the stresses of life. Kick back, relax, watch my video, and hope you'll enjoy it. Let's get going with the questions. Actually, no, I'd like you all to keep an eye out for my coming up awards video. I'm calling it an awards video because I can't think of it. Basically, I'm just going to talk about my best of bits of the year, like best wrestler, best diva, best title change, stuff like that. I don't think I'll do best title change. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But let's get into the Q&A. First question comes from Skillage Stars from Manchester, England. You know what? I've read that and he's asked me loads of questions, so I don't know why every time I read it I like blabber over it. But yeah, Skillage Stars, who says, what do you think of the new Kane mask? I think it looks badass, if I'm quite honest. LOL, smiley face. I like the new Kane mask. I like that he wears that like sort of welder's helmet over it and then takes that off, because it's that added mystique of that someone scary's behind it. And although I'm going to take this off, you're still not going to see what I'm feeling. You're not going to get past my exterior. You're not going to break me, basically. I really do like it, and I like the way the Kane character's being built at the moment. People are saying he's going to end up jobbing to Cena. Whether that's true or not, whether he does, which very well might happen, I don't mind, because obviously Cena's their franchise player in the WWE, but it doesn't mean that Kane can't go on to other things that are also quite good after that. Next, Peep for Life 93. Do you think the WWE Network, do you think we will get the WWE Network on Sky, which is the UK's like cable distribution sort of thing, satellite distribution even? Yeah, I think WWE Network will be on Sky. I don't see why not, although it might conflict with the deals they've got with Sky Sports over in the UK. So that's a tough one actually, because if WWE wanted to take their programming off Sky Sports, that would be a dent to Sky Sports. Because I remember when I was a kid, I wanted Sky Sports for two things: football and wrestling. Over the summer months when there's no football, there's no point in having Sky Sports if you're not a wrestling fan, in my opinion. So yeah, the Sky might be a bit wary of taking WWE products off their Sky Sports channels, but they will make money by having the WWE Network on their satellite distribution distributors. Yeah. See, I think we will get it. We will get the WWE Network, I believe. Right, Mr. Undertaker, the man from Flint, Michigan. Isn't that where Michael Moore's from? I think it is, isn't it? I have got two questions. First, who is better out of the four? Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, or Chris Jericho? Mine is Angle. Well, I'll get onto this question first. Who's better? Personally, I like Bret Hart best out of those four. I like Bret Hart, but if I was gonna have to say who is the better one from a neutral standpoint of just a general wrestling fan, I've got to say Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is the man. Shawn Michaels is the best of all time. I firmly believe that. Bret Hart's my personal favourite, but there's no better than Shawn Michaels. I think that's the first time I probably said it in a video, that the Shawn Michaels is the best of all time. But yeah, he is. There's no better than Shawn Michaels. I'm sorry, there just isn't. Right, next from Draco the Dragonite from the UK. Do you think that Cody Rhodes will be WWE or World Heavyweight Champion at some point in his career, and why? Yes, I do believe he will, for numerous reasons. First of all, he's talented. He's talented. He's a good enough worker. He's good on the mic. He looks a bit small. That's the one thing that goes against him. But as WWE is showing now with Daniel Bryan on top, they don't care how big you are. If you're good enough, you're good enough. It's as simple as that. And you can't hold talents back. See, I believe Cody Rhodes will. Also, another reason why. Oh shit, I've missed out the other question. I'll do that after this. Yeah. Also, it's because Dusty Rhodes is dead, and Dusty Rhodes is a booker in the back, and he'll be pushing for him. And when he thinks he deserves it, he'll be really pushing for him. He'll be making that one of his key objectives. So yeah, I believe Cody Rhodes will be one of the 2 champions in the future. Right, the second question from Mr. Undertaker the Man was, do you think the post-war era, 2002-2007, is better than the Attitude Era? I think it is. Thanks for answering. I don't whatsoever. I call that the brand split, brand extension era. Is that what I should call it? Yeah, that's what I call it. And I didn't enjoy it. I tuned out, in all honesty. I stopped watching professional wrestling in that time frame, and I didn't really come back properly until 2006. And that was only because wrestling came to Manchester, and I was in college at the time. And I thought, do you know what? I actually fancy going to this. Now I'm like more of an adult, and I'm not a kid anymore. And now they're coming to my city. I actually fancy going to this. Because I remember I missed the one the year before it, or 2 years before it, in 2004. I think around about the Taboo Tuesday at the time. I remember thinking, oh, I want to go to the next one. And yeah, I did. So yeah, I don't think it's better than the Attitude Era. You had a lot of good wrestlers, don't get me wrong, like Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Angle. What was it, the SmackDown 6 with Edge? Who else was in it? Edge, Benoit, Guerrero, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, maybe? I don't know, I can't remember who was in the SmackDown 6. I wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't watching that much at that time. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to go back at some point and watch it all as I'm going through the WWE's history, but not right now. Next from Ominous Squid, who do you think has a better 450 splash, Justin Gabriel or Juventud Guerrera, and what makes their 450 the better than the other? I've got to go for Juventud Guerrera only because that was the first time I'd ever seen it. When Juventud, I also think it looks more dynamic because it probably was a lot quicker, for the simple fact that Juventud Guerrera's lighter than Justin Gabriel, so he'd fall to earth quicker. That little bit quicker than Justin Gabriel would. That's a mouthful, that, isn't it? Talking about Gabriel and Guerrera. But yeah, yeah, your question apparently got deleted last time, but I didn't delete it. This is me answering it now. Yeah. Good question, I suppose. I don't really pay that much attention to the differences between most people's moves, and I didn't even realise the 2 had the same move until you pointed out. So yeah, fair play. Yeah, Juventud Guerrera, I'd say he had the better one, to be honest. But not taking anything away from Justin Gabriel's. It's just the fact that Guerrera showed it to me first. If someone else obviously would have done it before him, but I just didn't see that. Next from G Dancy 1, do you think that the Masked Kane is the original Kane? Do you think the WWE had ever witched Kane through the career? Through his career? Oh, I think he's trying to say that. Do I think the guy who originally? Do I think Kane has ever been anybody apart from Glenn Jacobs? I think you're trying to say. No, I do not believe that. Well, apart from obviously when they did Drew Hankinson, Luke Gallows even, when he dressed up as fake Kane. But no, I think the Glenn Jacobs Kane was always Kane. Like from this debut up until now, there was like that Kane was simultaneously was always Glenn Jacobs. I don't think that, the new guy, when I saw him, I thought he looks a lot bigger than Glenn, well, but a bit more ripped than what Glenn Jacobs did when he left. But yeah, I think it's still Glenn Jacobs. Next one from Mr. Jakey Boy 16 in Sutton. Alright mate, have you seen Rex and Hawkins' new animated YouTube show called Midcard Mafia? They've done like 2 episodes. If you have seen it, what do you think of the show, and what do you think it will do for their careers? I've not seen it, no. Well, that's a lie. I've heard of it, but I've not seen it. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what it's going to do for their career, in all honesty. Zack Ryder was just that bit quicker than everybody else by making his own YouTube channel, getting ahead of the curve, and really making himself a massive following. Now everyone else who comes afterwards is going to be seen as a Zack Ryder copycat. You've got guys like Daniel Bryan's got his own YouTube channel, although he's only done 1 proper video. The others are just like technique videos. I don't think he's even done one for ages. Tommy Dreamer's got one. Now Hawkins and Rex have got one together. Lots of other people have got stuff like this, and it's not catching on as much as Ryder's, because Ryder's was the first one and it was done properly. He did it well, and he's continuing to do it well, although I've not watched one for about 2 months now, but I'm guessing he's continuing to do it well because no one's moaning about them too much. So yeah, I don't think it would do much to their careers. If they are good and they are really capturing an audience, I think it can help elevate them in the WWE, but I just think it's too late. Ryder's really taken advantage of social media in terms of YouTube. If they can take advantage of the next big thing that comes along, like when Twitter came along and it was supposed to be the next big thing, if someone would have got on it then and really plugged themselves through it, then they would have really got a push. And maybe somebody did and I've just missed it and it was totally under my radar, but I believe that whatever the next big thing is, say it's called, I don't know, let's say it's called energy drink can comes along, they got to get on that. They got to get on whatever the next big thing is and really make a name for themselves on that. Next from Mr. Magnetoman88, it appears Kane shall be returning with the mask. What type of gimmick do you think he'll adapt? Well, he has returned. Obviously you would have asked me this a long time ago, so this is totally my fault for answering it late. What type of gimmick do I have to see him? Yeah, he's doing the gimmick. He's doing the monster gimmick at the moment of coming in, not seeing his expression, total blank canvas, just a monster coming in, kicking ass and leaving. That's what you need. That's exactly what WWE need. I'd like to see them keep him stronger, not have him lose any matches, or at least not have him lose any matches clean, or sorry, not lose any matches unless it was like disqualification or a count out. I don't want to see him pinned. I don't want to see him submitting. That's what I want to see from Kane. Whether that happens or not, who knows. Next, from the POD TV, who would you have Randy Orton and The Miz face at WrestleMania? Whew. Well, I did a WrestleMania booking video. If you've not seen it, go check it out because I did it about 2-3 weeks ago. And I really liked it. It's one of my favourite videos that I've done, so if you get the time, just go onto my channel and there's a search box on there. Just if you just type in WrestleMania, it'll be one of the top ones that come up. Yeah, and yeah, let me know what you think of that video as well. So I think Randy Orton should have faced the Undertaker. That's who I'd put him against. And Miz, I kept him off my card, but if I was going to put him against anyone, I'd probably be like a returning R-Truth or someone like that. They'd blow off to their feud. Next, Mark Payne 98. Do you honestly think Jeff Hardy deserves a world title shot? Do you think John Morrison's releasing is legit? Well, Jeff Hardy, does he deserve a world title shot? After what he did to TNA, I don't think he deserves to be in their company anymore. He's too much of a liability. I would sack him if I was him. I don't think he brings enough to the table for them to warrant keeping him. In terms of John Morrison, yes, I do think his release is legitimate. However, I think it's a case of the old territory days where they'd let a wrestler go for a while and then he'd come back just so he could be fresh, just so he didn't get boring, like Andre the Giant. In the old territory days, they wouldn't keep him around for too long. They'd just continually ship him along from place to place to place to place to place. Because, like the Big Show has now, he's lost his novelty value. That Giant, if you see him once a year, you're like, oh my god, that guy is huge, he's a monster. But if you see him every week, you're just like, oh yeah, it's just Big Show, it's just Andre. They used to move Andre the Giant around, and that's a concept that I believe they're trying to use more and more now, where they're releasing John Morrison and they probably even told him that, listen, we don't have anything for you right now, but we will bring you back because you are talented. Because he is talented. I don't really like him that much myself, but he is talented. And I think they could bring him back, and they could put him in the world title scene, main event scene. Don't give him the world title, well, he could even get the world title at some point. But if he works on his promos and he continues his athleticism and can keep his body up in that sort of shape, I think he could be a world title contender for years to come, or at least a main event guy for years to come. Right, next, from Y2J Rules 95 in Newcastle, England. Hi mate, love your vids. Can I just repeat that? It says, hi mate, love your vids. I like it when people tell me that. It's a nice little confidence boost there. Right, if the It Begins promos turn out to be Chris Jericho, how would you book him? Because when he returned a few years ago back, he reinvented himself. How would you make his character different? Cheers, Josh. Well, Josh, if it is Chris Jericho, which I don't believe it is, it could be him, but I don't think it is. He said he's retired for now. I don't think he is retired, but I don't think he will be back just this soon. But if it is him, how would I book him? You'd have to have him in the Royal Rumble, wouldn't you? Maybe come back as a sort of. I'd like to bring him in the sort of gimmick like the Rock, kind of like Hollywood Rock, but like rock star Chris Jericho, like, oh, I tour all over the world with Fozzy, how much money do you make, sort of like slagging the crowd off and stuff. He's definitely got to be a heel in my opinion. People have been mentioning the fact that it could be CM Punk versus Jericho at Mania. That might be a direction I'd like to see them go in. But yeah, stuff like that. Next, another one from Draco the Dragonite in the UK. Do you think it's right for Wade Barrett to be getting a push, and why? And what do you think of the new Cody Rhodes? I like the new Cody Rhodes. The Cody Rhodes character is good. Like I said before, I believe he's talented, and I believe he does deserve to be the world champion one day if he keeps up the way he's going now. In terms of Wade Barrett, does he deserve to get a push? Or is it right for him to get a push? Well, he's their best English talent right now. He's got the charisma of a world champion. He's got the look of a world champion. He just doesn't connect with the audience, I don't think. And he's in the ring. He's just a little bit lacking, I think. He's just not got that thing to make you really want to watch his matches. Should he be getting a push? I think he should be, yeah. I think it is right that he should be getting a push, because he's Britain's guy, he's England's guy, more importantly. If they came over here and did a show with Barrett on top in a main event match, title match or something like that, that show would draw, in my opinion. If you got to book the guys for different nationalities, like Khali. Khali, as much as I don't really like him, I've come around to the idea of not firing him, because he's that big Indian draw for the Indian fans, and if WWE went and toured India, they'd fucking sell out shitloads. India's quite a poor country though, so they won't make that much, but still, fans is fans. The POD TV, who do you think the It Begins video is representing? Well, I covered that in my own video. If you've not seen that video, go over it and type in It Begins into my channel and it'll come up. And yeah, check it out, because again, that's another one of my favourite videos. It got like, it's over 1,000 views in just like a week or two, so that's quite good for me, because most of my videos just stay around the 200-300 mark in that time. But yeah, I think it'll be Shane McMahon. Not really changed my mind. I think it's going to be Shane and Stephanie together. And next, from WWE Uploader 2012, the final question from Bradford, England. Do you think The Undertaker will ever hold a title again? No, I simply don't, because he cannot wrestle a full-time schedule. By all accounts, his hips fucked apparently, and he struggled to walk at the end of the Mania match. Whether that was part of the storyline or not, I think it may be a bit of both. So I don't think Undertaker will ever hold a title again. Sorry, I've waned off a bit towards the end. I'm getting a bit tired. I've got a dry throat, and I don't really fancy drinking this energy drink right now, so I'm going to get a drink from downstairs. But yeah, with that, that's the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching and sticking all the way through it. It's probably been about 20 minutes. Yeah, let me know what you thought of this video down below and what you thought on my answers and my opinions. Please click that subscribe button up there. And also, drop me more questions into my moderator, because I like doing these Q&A videos. It's a nice little thing to do. It's a good like little back and forth between you. I can like you can ask me about stuff and my opinions on stuff, and it's not always me just giving my opinion without anything coming back at me for me to like sort of not defend myself, but sort of like give anything back. Some back and forth, which is good. Like you asking me like, about certain things. So yeah, please drop me some questions into my moderator on my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, with that, I'm out. Thank you very much for watching. I said that about 3 times, didn't I? Oh well. See you later.